Hello, my name is Destiny, and let's get right into this video. This is the first part. It's a quick tutorial on how to embroider basic eyes using Burnett blanket. I have already threaded my needle with the black Burnett blanket, and I'm going to insert it from the bottom going up. I've already predetermined where I'm going to position my eyes for this specific stuffy. I'm going to pull it down and reinsert it from the right side of the yarn and going straight up. I always play with the yarn and see how it would naturally flow down. Now I'm going in from the left side of the end piece of the yarn. I don't know what the exact term that is. And I'm constantly adjusting the yarn to make sure that there is no gaps or any yarn sticking out. As I see, I'm using the needle. That is a perfect tool for this. Now I'm going in from the left side, coming up from the right side. I'm going to pull it down, and I'm pretty sure I've decided that that is good enough. And I'm going to make an eyelash piece. So I'm just going to stick it off to about 1 stitch over diagonally and leave that for later. And then secure the end piece of yarn. Embroidering your eyes with Burnett blanket is very secure. So I did not tie off my ends because I'm also going to be putting white on top of it. And it's going to be secure enough. Cut that piece off, clean it up. You can always get a lint roller afterwards and make sure that you like the placing. You can kind of just naturally see where it's going to land. Now I'm taking the white and going from the top to the bottom. And I'm going to want to make like a C kind of motion and secure the end piece by kind of sewing on top of it almost. Not really, but kind of. And I already decided that was good enough and that I had that other end piece to secure. So I'm going to add the little shiny part of the eye just to add some little dimension to it. And then use your needle to pull that piece out. If anything ever gets pulled in too tight, just always grab that needle and loosen it back up. Then I switched over to the end piece, and I am going to secure this white and tie it in a knot once I decided that is exactly how I like it. Like I previously said, almost less is more in this situation, and you do not want to overdo it, or if you do make a mistake, it will be very hard for you to undo it without getting the scissors out. Now I'm putting in my eyelash, and I'm just smooshing it over. And there you go. I would tie a knot with the eyelash end piece of the yarn. And here is a finished product of both eyes. Now to the duck snuggler. Now the duck snuggler, it's 2-dimensional. Well, 3D. Okay, because you have the side profile and the front. And so you want to kind of make sure it's in a good spot for both. And so you can see me constantly going back and forth, and seeing if that's exactly where I want. Holding it on the side is a great way to doing it, and I'm doing the same kind of method where I could zigzag it or do a cross motion. Crisscross. Less is more, and so I looped the first piece of yarn a couple times. I'm going to tie this off and double check to make sure I like the positioning. I think this positioning is really good. And there, just double checking on the side profile. Adding the whites. The whites is a little bit different because you're going to do a more of an up-down C. Because remember, you're going to have a front profile and a side profile. So it's just a little bit different. And so you can see me really playing with the white yarn and determining whether or not I like it this way. I will definitely tell you doing the duck snuggler was a lot more difficult than doing the unicorn, simply because of how the eyes could have had to look good both ways. And so I did add bloopers at the end of this video, really showing what I had to go through and how many times I had mistakes. So back to the whites of the eyes, you can see where I got a little bit on the top, and now I'm just trying to secure it the best way without it clumping up. I want to add that part to the top, but I also need to add another piece going through the black of the eye to make it shiny. And if you didn't just see, you could see where there was a piece of green yarn sticking out, so I had to make sure I double secured it and really contemplating on what I'm thinking right here. To secure it, I decided I'm going to use that end piece of the yarn to go right back down and loop it. I think that looks really like a good shape, and it's pretty even all around. Made my little white shiny piece of my eye. I don't know what that's called. I will have to look that up. And just make sure I like it. I'm going to use the needle to make sure I move the yarn around, adjust it, make sure it looks really nice and presentable. Now, matching the eye for the second one is a lot more difficult. It is so difficult. I had to repeat this one about 4 times. And you see how I'm using this measurement right now? No. Add an extra stitch. This is where I repeated it, and now I'm showing you exactly what I did with the second eye. I'm going to do the crisscross motion again, going in from the right side to the left side, and repeat. Less is more. You do not want to do a lot. And that is why there is so many videos of embroidering eyes, because it is so difficult. And I could not have done this about 2 months ago. And I have tried many different techniques, and I believe that Burnett blanket is the easiest to use. Right here, I am double checking and making sure that is what I want, and looking from both left to right, flipping it around multiple times. I'm going to go ahead and secure this yarn, I believe. There we go. Pull that through. I'm recording this in the car, and I don't know if you can hear my baby snoring in the back, but she is snoring. Here I am again for the multiple times. I had previously tried to do the white of the eyes and did not like it, and so that's why I had to make it look like I was adjusting it again, because I was adjusting it again. Okay, so you're going to go straight through the middle, bringing it from the bottom to the top. You're going to do this little bitty C part and secure it going right back from where you started. You want to do like a infinity sign almost, okay? And see how I'm showing you what I'm doing with my needle, because I was trying to do my best on this tutorial. This is my first tutorial, and I'm sorry I'm not doing too well of narrating how to do the duck eye, but I just kind of wanted to show you what my process was. It was easier to tell you what I was doing in the unicorn, because like I said, it is very difficult to embroider eyes, and you're going to make mistakes, and it's going to be okay. You will figure it out eventually. If not, I guess you just gotta invest in some safety eyes. Also, what I like to do is needle felting, and that was a really big hit with my Grinch plushie during the holidays. It gave it so much detail. And as you can see, I just continuously use my needle to adjust. I'm going to add the shiny part of the eye right here. Now using this piece to go right in the center of the black of the eye. I like to do it about a quarter of the way. And you're going to want to end up sewing in the end to end exactly where the other white piece is. That way you can tie it together and sew it so it's nice and secure. I know you probably just heard me explain how these look pretty similar. Well, I decided they don't look similar, and so I'm going to reinsert the yarn on top of the eye to add a little bit extra white arch to the eyelid, the iris. Is that what it's called? If you know, comment below and let me know what it's called, if you know eye parts. And so this one, I'm really trying to go in between the white yarn and the green yarn to really make sure this is secure and not sticking out or bulging. And this was a little difficult, so I'm really like fiddling with the yarn and the needle. Don't look at that. That was just the extra piece of yarn. And now I'm probably just going to reinsert that, and you see how that looks? You see how you see that green on top? That's just so scary. So I'm just going to see if I can tighten it up and if that would be noticeable. And it is not noticeable. Looking cute, looking cute. Tighten it up a little bit, really try to adjust it as much as I can. I'm sorry that this is my first voiceover, and so if it didn't sound good or anything like that, I'm very sorry. And I really appreciate that if you're still here. Comment below right now if you're hearing this. That would be awesome. I really appreciate it. After this, fixing up the duck, I'm going to add some bloopers. And that's just showing you that I'm human and I make mistakes. And thank you very much for being here. For those that have made it this far, I am so happy that you're here. I know I've said it a million times, but this means a lot to me, and I'm so excited to do YouTube and really make crochet friends, because I want to talk to people about crochet and crochet related things. Right now I'm working on a project for a patchwork cardigan, and each granny square is a different pattern or a different stitch, and I'm super excited to do that and really show off my skills and my technique and really improve on those skills and how fast I crochet. So if you're excited for that, if you want that, I'm here. I can't wait to go on this journey with you, and I hope y'all have an awesome day.